We're gonna look at the top 10 kickers. We're gonna get this done right away. I don't think it's gonna take that long. So one video it is. Number 10 is gonna be Brandon Aubrey, late bloomer. Definitely came from, I believe it was Last Chance U, I believe the Netflix series. And he came in and was elite. He was crazy. Yeah, great hidden gem that the Cowboys have there. Special teams. He's dynamite. Aubrey's 29 years old, 1 year in the league, 2 years, $1.94 million in the contract, 17 games played, 36 for 38 field goals, 94.7 field goal percentage, 9 for 9, 20 for 29 yards, 13 for 15, 30 for 39 yards, 4 for 4, 40 for 49 yards, 10 for 10, 50 plus yards. His longest was 60 yards, 49 for 52 extra points with 157 points. Versus Green Bay, he had 1 for 1 field goal, 1 for 1, 30 for 39 with a long of 34, and 1 out of 2 extra point for 4 points. He was a Pro Bowl and a first team All Pro. I mean, automatic for sure, dynamic, and I hope that he does it again. And late bloomer, sure, but I mean, better late than never. He's in the NFL. He should be happy about it. We're happy to see an elite kicker like him, and he's great. Nick Folk, man, the newly Tennessee Titan kicker. It's been around for a long time. Definitely not a legend in the game of the sport of football. Yeah, I mean, he's always been pretty decent everywhere he's gone, and longevity, man. 39 years old, 17 years in the league, 1 year, $3.7 million. 17 games he played, 29 for 30 field goal percentage, 96.7 field goal percentage, 9 for 9 for 20 for 29, 9 for 9, 30 for 39, 6 for 6, 40 to 49, 5 for 6, 50 plus, long of 53 yards with a 28 out of 30 extra points and 115 points. He was great. He's going to do good things in Tennessee, and he continues to ride the train and still have a fire leg. Great. We got Matt Gay. Yeah, Indianapolis Colts kicker has been pretty effective throughout his time being here in the NFL. He had a great year this year. Or he had a great year last year. This year was kind of a down play, but he still has the ability of being great. So Matt Gay's 30 years old, 5 years in the league, 3 years, $13.4 million in the contract, 17 games played, 33 for 41 field goal, 80.5 field goal percentage, 9 for 9, 20 for 29, 9 for 10, 30 for 39, 7 for 9, 40 to 49, 8 for 13, 50 plus, with a long of 57 yards, 35 for 36 extra point with 134 points. Great career he's had so far, and I do believe he deserves to be here. 7, I got Kaimi Fairbairn from the Houston Texans. He's a low key, honestly, one of the best. Should be top 5 kicker sooner rather than later. He's just been really phenomenal. Huge piece to the Houston Texans team. You know, they when you say complete team, Texans have that right now with the defense, offensive side of the football, and special teams. Fairbairn. Fantastic. 30 years old, 8 years in the league, 3 years, $15.9 million. 12 games that he played, man, 27 out of 28 field goals, 96.4 field goal percentage, 10 for 10, 20 for 29, 10 for 10, 30 for 39, 2 for 2, 40 for 49, 5 for 6, 50 plus with a long of 54 yards. He was 21 for 22 in extra points with 102 points. Versus Cleveland and Baltimore in the playoffs, he was 2 for 3 with field goals with a 66.7 field goal percentage, 1 for 1, 20 for 29, and 1 for 150 plus with a 50 as his long. 7 for 7 extra points for 13 points. Again, very clutch. I do believe that he is super valuable to this Texans team. 6, I got Younghoe Koo. Yeah, Atlanta Falcons do have a pretty good kicker out here. Definitely, Koo has been phenomenal. Very underrated, definitely under the radar, but he's one of the most accurate kickers in the league. Koo, 30 years old, 7 years in the league, 3 years, $12.75 million. Played 70 games. He had 32 for 37 field goals, 86.5 field goal percentage, 10 for 10, 20 for 29, 10 for 10, 30 for 39, 9-11, 40 to 49, 3 out of 6, 50 plus, long of 54 with 27 out of 28 extra points for 123 points. Definitely a huge reason Atlanta has won football games. I know that they're going to get better. Koo's going to lead that, and yeah, Koo's great. Koo's great. Chris Boswell. He's been a cornerstone for Pittsburgh for a long time. Definitely a huge, huge portion of their offense, special teams. Chris Boswell has been amazing, and that's tough to say that being a divisional fan that has to play Pittsburgh 2 weeks in a year. But Boswell has done his thing. 33 years old, 9 years in the league, 3 years, $9.46 million left in the deal. 17 games played, 29 for 31 field goals, 93.5 field goal percentage, 9 for 9, 20 for 29, 7 for 7, 30 for 39, 7 for 8, 40 for 49, 6 for 7, 50 plus with a long of 57, 27 for 28 extra points with 114 points. Against the Bills, he was 1 for 1 field goal with 1 for 1, 40 to 49, 40 being the long, 2 for 2 extra points with 5 points. Again, just a leader, and he's been there forever. So Jake Elliott, man, for the Eagles. He's been a great kicker since he's been in Philly. Nothing's changed. He's just more clutch every year. I do believe, when the game's on the line, you want a Jake Elliott on the field there. Elliott's 29 years old, 7 years in the league, 4 years, $24 million. Yeah, he played 17 games, 30 for 32 field goals, 93.8 field goal percentage, 9 for 9, 20 for 29, 7 for 8, 30 for 39, 7 for 7, 40 to 49, and 7 for 8 for 50 plus with a long of 61 yards. 45-46 extra point with 135 points. Against the Bucks, he had 1 for 1 field goal, 1 for 1 40 to 49 range with 47 being his longest kick, and 3 points. He was a second team All Pro, so very well deserved. Definitely one of the top kickers in the league, and he's still got some time. Harrison Butker. I'm gonna say something real quick. I think the Chiefs' success, I get it. It's been from Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey. You name it, right? Harrison Butker is low key a reason why they have won 3 Super Bowls. Huge part of their success, Harrison Butker. So he does deserve the credit. Deserves a lot of credit, even with his very what's it called? Controversial speech. 29 years old, 7 years in the league, 4 years, $25.6 million in the deal. 17 games played, 33 for 35 field goal, 94.3 field goal percentage, 8 for 8, 20 for 29, 13 for 15, 30 for 39, 7 for 7, 40 for 49, 5 for 5, 50 plus with a long of 60, 38 for 38 extra points, 137 points against the Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, and Niners. He was 11 for 11, 7 for 7, 20 for 29, 1 for 1, 30 for 39, 1 for 1, 40 49, 2 for 2, 50 plus with 57 long, 8 for 8 extra points with 41 points. Killed it. Yeah, fantastic player. So. Two, we got Daniel Carlson. He's been one of the most efficient kickers in the league. So you need to put him higher. You need to put him high on the list, and he's going to be number two to me. He's just been so great for the Raiders. He's definitely won them games, and yeah, he deserves all the credit. Daniel Carlson, uh, 29 years old, 6 years in the league, 2 years, $8.2 million. Yeah, 17 games played, 26 for 30 field goal percent, 26 for 30 field goals. 86.7 field goal percentage, 10 for 10, 20 for 29, 6 for 7, 30 for 39, 9 for 10, 40 to 49, 1 out of 3, 50 plus, with, with a long of 54 yards, 32 for 32 extra point with 110 points. I mean, yeah, man, very efficient, very reliable. Biggest moments, it's a Daniel Carlson moment, and yeah, he deserves to be on this countdown. Final, the final player for the NFL for me to rank, man. Number one is Justin Tucker. Yeah, he had a down year this year, but nonetheless, he is a big reason why Baltimore does win games. I know they got a great defense. They do have Lamar Jackson there. Questionable offense at times. Justin Tucker is just the nail in the coffin. He's the guy you want at the end of the game. He's the guy you want to close it out. He's a closer. And right now he's just number one right now. Even with the down year, I just believe he's the standard. Justin Tucker's 34 years old, 12 years in the league, 4 years, $17 million, 17 games played, 32 for 37 field goals, 86 and a half field goal percentage, 10 for 10, 20 for 29, 10 for 10, 30 for 39, 11 for 12, 40 for 49, and surprisingly, 1 out of 5, 50 plus. Longest was 50 yards, 51 for 52 extra points with 147 points against the Texans and the Chiefs. He was 3 for 3 with 2 for 2, 40, 49 range. 1 out of 150 plus. The longest was 53 yards, 2 for 2 extra points for 14 points. Pro Bowler, future Hall of Famer, first ballot in my opinion. Yeah, he's broke so many records, done so many things, and he's the standard. So yeah, he is the number one kicker in the league.